Our listener Mark Crawford logs every tip, every day throughout the year, and he's with me. Good morning.
Good morning, Gary.
Don't dress it up in tinsel. How many tips, how many winners?
573 runners that actually turned up this, Gary, and 128 winners, about 22%.
How many seconds and thirds?
About another 120 or so paying places.
Best price winner?
Rob's 14 to 1, I'm afraid, nothing much more than that.
I thought it was my 14 to 1.
Oh, actually, yes, it was you.
True tradition of a Today centre in
Keep left onto junction 3 to M1 north.
Rob tipped 191, got 44 winners, returned a profit of £15.
And me?
You lost money, Gary, £26, I'm afraid.
Well, there we are.
In 2.5 miles,
the tips have made a profit,
keep right onto M1 north.
Top, Gary, it's an upward trend from losing £120 5 years ago. It keeps getting better. £10.85 in profit this year. Had you staked £1 on each of the horses to win?
Okay, and it's a daft question, but if we'd only tipped the days that we won, we'd be...
You do always ask this.
I know.
£460 you'd have made.
In profit?
Yeah, if you hadn't tipped any of the 400 losers.
Okay, well there we are. So it is official, the Today tips are no longer rubbish.
Yeah, they are no longer right. It's been a strange year, and perhaps the strangest thing of all is that... Yeah, okay.
I think Gary's a rubbish, aren't they? It's Rob Pollitt's the good tip.
Yeah, it's Rob that's kept the whole thing afloat, I think.
Well, there we are. Same time, same channel.
Yeah, probably.
Next year. Mark Crawford, lovely to come in, and thank you so much for logging the tips every day. Why does he do it? no case, but
it's
there we
worth
are.
It.
Anyway, today's tips, they run at Newcastle. 1 o'clock, number 4, Dusty Bin, 3:50, number 4, Landing Night. You know it makes sense.
My tip, save you money. Now, let's hope Kirsty Young's guess will be our best man.
My castaway this week is the television presenter, Davina McCall.
I was a smart kid and I got 9 O-levels, but by the time I got to my A-levels, I flunked out. You know, I'd be up in my room and they'd think I was studying, but I wasn't studying. And I'd go round to people's houses under the guise of studying, but I wouldn't be. I'd be at my boyfriend's. I mean, I was pretty naughty, and I feel quite sorry for
In
my kids
1.2 miles,
I just know
keep right onto M1 north.
I'm ahead of it all the time.
My castaway, Davina McCall, will be choosing her Desert Island Discs this morning at 9.
The weather today, it's going to continue to be very mild and there'll still be lots of cloud.
You're listening to Today on Radio 4 with Sarah Montague and Nick Robinson. At 24 minutes to 9, Susan Ray has a summary of the news.
President Obama has promised that the United States will respond to Russian cyber attacks that he says targeted the US presidential election. The Kremlin has dismissed the claims as nonsense. Aid workers in Syria are continuing attempts to move people out of the last rebel areas in Aleppo. The Russian Defense Ministry says nearly 6,500 people left the east of the city over the past 24 hours. The former chief of the defence staff, Lord Richards, told us the West had lost the war and now had to make sure it didn't lose the peace as well. Theresa May has told EU leaders that she wants Brexit negotiations to reach an early agreement on the status of British people living in the European Union and EU citizens in the UK. Mrs May then left before other leaders discussed Britain's withdrawal. Another 24-hour strike by drivers at Southern Railway is underway in a dispute about who opens and closes train doors. More than 2,000 services